What's up, everyone? Christian Duke, the Iron Duke speaks, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com. Make your mark with Ironmag Labs. Remember, when you shop at IronMagLabs.com, be sure to use discount code IronDuke15 and save 15% off your purchase. The first story we're going to start out with today is what seems to be a feud between Antoine Vaillant, I believe is how you say his name, and men's physique Olympia champion, retired champion, maybe coming back champion, I don't know, Jeremy Buendia. Now, basically, this is a bodybuilding versus men's physique type story, but I don't know. Basically, what happened was Antoine did a guest posing at a Toronto show in board shorts. I don't think that he was making fun of men's physique. In fact, I concur with Nick Strength and Power, who did a very good job basically pointing out that, if anything, he was making fun of himself. But Jeremy Buendia maybe feels like he is the spokesperson for men's physique, or maybe because he, has won so many titles, he took offense at that, and so he lashed out at Vaillant. But the thing is, I don't like where the sport is going when you've got competitors that are so thin-skinned. Now, granted, I'm a very thin-skinned individual, but I've worked really hard in my years in media to develop thicker skin and to really not care so much about what other people have to say. Now, I'm not a champion, but I am someone that has a body of work out there, articles and videos and interviews, and sometimes people take pot shots, but you have to have thicker skin. To me, Jeremy Buendia is really resembling a lot of Phil Heath. Now, it's no shock that these two guys are good friends. It's no shock that they maybe even think alike on a lot of things. But I don't think that it's necessarily Jeremy or any other men's physique competitor's place to become the crusader for the division and also the moral compass as to what is making fun of it and what is not. That having been said, however, I feel like it's also getting to a point, because it's ironic that Nick Strength and Power weighed in also, because Nick Strength and Power and Phil Heath have a little bit of a feud going on as well, and Nick Strength and Power took exception at what he thinks Phil Heath was talking about him. I personally don't think Phil Heath was talking about him. You'll have to go back to Iron Duke's last episode. I am the Iron Duke, but my last episode, see what I'm talking about. But people need to just, honestly, just live and let live, man. If the guy's doing a guest posing appearance and he wants to be in board shorts, if he wants to be in bondage gear like Kai Green, used to do back in the day in Grand Rapids, no less, conservative-ass Grand Rapids, then just live and let live. That's where I stand. Okay, so let's talk Akim Williams. Now, Akim Williams is a bodybuilder that I really, really like. I interviewed him at the East Coast Mecca Bev Francis Powerhouse Gym in Syosset, New York. He's a fantastic athlete, but I think the talk of the town now is he sharp enough to win the Indy Pro 2019? I'm going to say yes. He's a power lifter in a bodybuilder's body, if that makes sense. He's got a lot of dense muscle. He really, really works hard to coming in at his best in condition, but when you're dealing with that much size, this guy's not like, 2.25 or 230 or 240. He's in that 255 range, if not 260. And when you're that big, especially when the muscle's dense, it can be an uphill battle. But can he do it? Absolutely. I really think Akim is definitely, I would say, in the running for the win there. Also talking about big bodybuilders, Regan Grimes. Now, we talked about Regan a few episodes ago in the Iron Duke Speaks. This guy's walking around at 280 pounds, ripped to shreds, very, very tight midsection for that weight. And I don't believe he's playing with the numbers. A lot of bodybuilders are notorious liars when it comes to their weight. Oh, yeah, weighing 355, and they're not even like 290. But Regan is actually that big. He had a sort of disappointing Classic Physique Olympia outing in 2018. Took 8th place. Again, not like a disastrous placing, nothing to, sink your head down in shame or anything. But, this guy's a bodybuilder. And, he's been through different coaches. He's been through different methodologies in terms of training. But I think, all in all, he's a bodybuilder. And bodybuilding is where he belongs. Now, speaking of bodybuilding, let's talk about Dexter the Blade Jackson. 51, 52 years old, doesn't really matter because age is just a number. You're only as old as you feel. And Dexter 2018 taking 7th place at the Mr. Olympia, constantly getting better. doing these awesome videos. I saw a video of him Road to the Olympia, which I'm thinking was from 2018, and I actually wrote about it in my article for ironmagazine.com, which should be dropping later this week. But, you know, I was one of these journalists at one point that was saying, you know, Dexter might want to hang him up. Dexter's getting up in age. And every single time I would do that, he would crack the top 10, crack the top 5. One time he was in the top 3. So, you know, he's going to retire when he's good and ready. But I just think he's such a positive example, such a great role model, not just for bodybuilders that are competing, but for bodybuilders that are looking up to the athletes that one day want to compete, or that I can't say that read the magazines because a lot of people don't read magazines anymore, but that, you know, are going to the expos and are buying tickets to the shows and read the websites and are on the message boards. When you think about it, Dexter Jackson's won 9 Arnold Classic titles. He won the 2008 Mr. Olympia. He's won more pro titles than any bodybuilder in history. You know, he is a gentleman, and everybody looks up to him and respects him. How many feuds has he been involved in? None. How many times has he trashed another competitor to make himself relevant? Never. He is just really, truly the last of the Mohicans. And, geez, I mean, the longer he stays in bodybuilding, the better for the sport, I believe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Iron Duke Speaks, brought to you courtesy of IronMagLabs.com. Remember to make your mark with Ironmag Labs, and when you use my discount code IronDuke15, you save 15% off at checkout. See you next week.